существуем!
Чтобы...
Здесь у меня просто очевидная вещь. Ну, не сдавайтесь. Не надо, нельзя сдаваться. Если это произошло, это означает, что мы необыкновенно сильны в этот момент, раз они решили меня убить.
We've heard the reports from Russia of Alexei Navalny's death in prison. For more than a decade, Russian government, Putin, have persecuted, poisoned, and imprisoned Alexei Navalny. We've heard the reports from Russia of
Putin is responsible for Navalny's death. Putin is responsible. What has happened to Navalny is yet more proof of Putin's brutality.
Ladies and gentlemen, the complex narrative of Alexei Navalny's life extends beyond his untimely demise, encompassing a remarkable journey into politics and his emergence as a formidable adversary to President Putin.
Времени для просмотра такой информации, но листал видеоподборки, которые мне помощники принесли. Сразу хочу ответить на ваш вопрос. Ничего из того, что там указано в качестве моей собственности, ни мне, ни моим близким родственникам не принадлежит и никогда не принадлежало. Никогда.
Navalny's political trajectory commenced with his rise as a fearless opposition figure, challenging the established norms in a country where such dissent carries substantial risks. Navalny's foray into politics unfolded as he gained prominence as a blogger.
Это Навальный. И это расследование мы придумали еще когда я...
Utilizing online platforms to expose what he deemed as widespread corruption within the Russian elite. His blogs, which unabashedly characterized Russia as being ruled by crooks and thieves, laid the foundation for his role as a vocal critic of the existing political order. In the early 2000s, Navalny participated in Russian nationalist marches, advocating for restrictions on immigration. However, his expulsion from the liberal Yabloko opposition party in 2007 signaled a shift in his political trajectory. The following years saw Navalny lampooning President Putin's elite, using innovative methods such as the internet and drones to expose the opulence and corruption of senior officials. Navalny's activism reached a pinnacle during the December 2011 demonstrations against Putin, marred by allegations of electoral fraud. As one of the first protest leaders arrested, he emerged as a central figure in the opposition movement. His prognostications about Russia facing political turmoil and potential revolution gained traction, portraying Putin's rule as reliant on sycophancy and corruption. The turning point in Navalny's confrontation with the Kremlin occurred in August 2020, when he fell ill on a flight from Siberia to Moscow, ultimately saved by an emergency landing. German military tests later revealed he had been poisoned with Novichok, a nerve agent developed in the Soviet Union.
German armed forces to examine the clinical evidence, and now we have clear findings. Alexei Navalny was a victim of an attack with a chemical agent of the Novichok group. This is a poison.
Navalny's resilience was showcased as he returned to Russia in 2021 from Germany, where he had undergone treatment. Navalny's return triggered mass protests and, subsequently, his arrest at a Moscow airport. This marked a watershed moment, prompting a surge in public awareness both domestically and internationally. The Kremlin's persistent dismissal of Navalny's corruption allegations and portrayal of him as an extremist aligned with foreign intelligence agencies intensified the conflict. The dynamics between Navalny and Putin evolved into a narrative of opposition versus autocracy. Navalny's imprisonment, repeated detentions, and the additional 19-year sentence in 2023 were perceived as attempts to quash dissent and solidify Putin's unassailable position. The poisoning incident in 2020 further heightened the stakes, with Navalny surviving against the odds.
Вам я тоже хочу сказать большое спасибо, и я надеюсь, что мы с вами долетим. И я уверен, что все будет абсолютно прекрасно. Я сегодня...
Navalny's audacity in challenging the Kremlin and his commitment to transparency and political reform marked him as Putin's arch-nemesis. His popularity, even in the face of adversity, positioned him as a symbol of hope for those disillusioned with the prevailing political order. As we reflect on Navalny's life, his entry into politics becomes a pivotal chapter. illustrating the emergence of a courageous figure who dared to challenge the status quo and become an indomitable force in the struggle for a reformed Russia.
I would like for you to pay attention to Yulia Navalny.
Добрый день. Но если это правда,
But if this is true, I want Putin and all of his entourage, Putin's friends and his government,
его правительство знали,
to know that they will be held accountable for what they have done to our country,
они сделали с нашей страной
to my family and to my husband.
И с моим мужем ответственность.
And that day will come very soon.
Очень скоро.